So problems on divergence. So what is divergence? So divergence is a scalar value that is calculated from a vector field. For example, so del into f. So divergence is a scalar point functions. What is del? So del grade pi. So dou by dou x into I. So del plus dou by dou y into j plus dou by dou z into k. So del operator, where del be a vector differential operator. So del vector differential operator. So del equal to dou by dou x into I, dou by dou y into j, dou by dou z into k into f. So f1, so function f1 into I cap plus f2 into j plus f3 into k. So del into f is equal to del vector differential operator dou by dou x into I, dou by dou y into j, dou by dou z into k. F is equal to what? F is a function f1i, f2j, f3k. So del into f is equal to, so divergence of f or del into f scalar point functions, dou by dou x into f1, dou by dou x into f1. So I into I is equal to what? So I into I, dou by dou x into f1. So I into I, scalar point function 1. So again second one, dou by dou y into f2, second function j into j 1 plus dou by dou z into f3, dou by dou z into f3. So k into k equal to what? So k into k is equal to 1. So divergence of f is equal to dou by dou x into f1 plus dou by dou y into f2 plus dou by dou z into f3. Del vector differential operator. So f function, no? So dou by dou x into f1, dou by dou y into f2, dou by dou z into f3 is called as divergence of f. So here, if f equal to del into x cube z square, find divergence of f at 1 comma minus 1 comma 1. Here, so f equal to del into x cube y z square, x into y cube z square. So f equal to what? F equal to del pi. So phi. So pi is a scalar point function. So pi equal to xy cube into z square. Here, first you should find the gradient of pi. After that, finally you have to calculate divergence of f. So pi equal to xy cube z square. So first condition, first you have to find the grade pi. So grade pi definition. So gradient of pi or del pi is equal to dou pi by dou x into I plus dou pi by dou y into j plus dou pi by dou z into k. So pi function, first you have to differentiate partially pi function with respect to x, dou pi by dou x. When you have to differentiate partially with respect to x, keep it as other variable as constant. Here y cube and z square constant with respect to x, y cube z square constant with respect to x. Derivative of x equal to 1 into I plus, so second condition, dou pi by dou y. So differentiate pi function with respect to y. With respect to y, x and z square constant, x into z square. With respect to y, derivative of y. So y cube derivative 3y square into j plus dou pi by dou z. With respect to z, x and y cube constant, x into y cube. With respect to z, derivative of z square is equal to 2z into k. So pi function with respect to x, y cube z square constant, derivative of x equal to 1. With respect to y, x and z square constant, y cube derivative 3y square. With respect to z, x and y cube constant, derivative of z square equal to 2z. So So finally, gradient of pi equal to y cube z square into I plus 3y square x z square 3x z square y square into j plus 2zk. So finally 2xz y cube into k. So grade pi is equal to, so gradient of pi equal to function f, so f equal to del into pi, so f equal to del pi is equal to y cube z square into I 3x z square y square into j 2x z y cube into k. So f1 equal to y cube z square plus f2 equal to 3x z square y square into j plus f3 is equal to 2x z y cube into k. So next we have to find divergence of f. So divergence of f equal to dou by dou x into f1, dou by dou y into f2, dou by dou z into f3. So dou by dou x, so dou by dou x into, so f1 is equal to what? f1 equal to y cube z square plus dou by dou y into, so f2 equal to 3x z square into y square plus dou by dou z is equal to 2xz y cube. So next to, so finally divergence of f. So dou by dou x. So dou by dou x. So here no x terms. Means x term is not there. When you have to differentiate function with respect to x, treated as other variable as constant. With respect to x, so y cube and z square both are constant. Dou by dou x with respect to x 0 plus with respect to y 3x z square constant with respect to y, so derivative of y equal to 2y plus with respect to z 2x y cube constant with respect to z, derivative of z equal to 1. So divergence of f equal to 3xz square into 2y plus 2xy cube. So 6xyz square plus 2xy cube. So finally you have to replace x equal to 1, y equal to minus 1, z equal to 1. So x equal to 1, y equal to minus 1, z equal to 1. So divergence of f is equal to, so 6 into x equal to 1, y equal to minus 1, z equal to 1, y equal to minus 1, minus 1. So 6 into 1 plus z square minus 6 plus 2 equal to 2 into x equal to 1, y equal to minus 1, minus 1 whole cube, minus 1. So 2 into 1, 2, so minus 2. So finally divergence of x equal to minus 8.